In the wake of Brexit and the results of the 2016 US presidential elections, silos of biased information and fake news articles, which were used to sway public opinion in politics, led to post-truth being the word of the year. Social media sites were blamed with heightening the biased news stories with filters which gave readers more of what they wanted while not presenting other vantage points as a way to increase social engagement. What will disrupt the onslaught of confusion, propaganda, and misinformation? How does one learn and lead when falsehoods circulate with the same instant credibility as reliable sources? Martin Luther King Jr. once said, oh wait, I have a thing. Here we go. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Today is not that day. Truth matters. Seeking it, speaking it, advocating it, and proclaiming it. Let's not wait for someone to speak falsely or allow confusion to be our starting place. Young people, teachers, and leaders, this message is for all of us. Together, we can create a future that is grounded in what is true and affirms our shared humanity. Do you realize that people under the age of 25 make up 43% of today's population? There are 1.2 billion aged 10 to 19. Imagine a movement in the youth that is trained to lead the world in the pursuit of truth. Proactive, assertive leaders with mature critical thinking skills, armed with tools for knowledge acquisition and possessing a growth mindset, who will report, persuade, and lead. Future leaders with an education undergirded by values of truth, integrity, empathy, and morality. What kind of impact will these future generations make in the fields of journalism, politics, education, advertising, banking, and sustainability with this mindset? Today, the basic standard for fighting post-truth agendas are defensive. In articles or speeches made by leaders today, promote defensive measures. Commands like stand firm, resist, defend, and sometimes speak up against seem to be the only strategy. Resistance movements are prolific, but what impact are they really having overall? Is our society characterized by mutual respect or justice, or do we see more polarization and division in our society? No one seems to have a solution for breaking down the silos of mindset and bias. Each person seems to be a product of the subculture they belong to. We are often defined by our political affiliation, religion, the color of our skin, or the gender with which we identify. How are these associations feeding our assumptions of one another? And how can these vast divides be bridged so that our shared humanity can be seen and felt? A post-truth condition reaffirms our personal bias about ourselves and one another. We seek affirmation of our feelings and our beliefs and reject the facts that contradict what we want to believe. Is a defensive posture the best solution for this widespread phenomenon? A youth generation of change makers with mature critical thinking would put truth-seeking on the offense. For example, a friend on Facebook posts an article stating, eating healthy is the only way to lose weight and exercise doesn't really matter, according to this new scientific study. Okay, so your physical education teacher has an ongoing assignment to pursue truth in the field of health and nutrition, which includes articles that are posted on social media. This student tags his collaborative work group from his physical ed class. They all read the article to see if it's something to investigate. They've been taught to be critical of anything they read and to make no assumptions about the truth or validity of a post on social media. This allows students to understand and interrogate both their own views and those of people they disagree with and decide what to think for themselves. So, they interrogate texts for bias. Who wrote it and why? Uncover connections to systems of power and privilege. Who funded the research and for what purpose? Identify and question missing voices of narratives. Who wasn't in the test group and where did it take place? As all the students in the school have been taught these skills, an accountability emerges among the students. Instead of everyone scanning their homepage and accepting things passively, an awakening of discernment and curiosity emerges. They begin posting things that have been vetted. A shared value of sharpening one another begins as these students engage in dialogue about the content of the articles and what it means to discover the truth together. They engage the friend that posted it and seek to find out what is really going on in the article, digging deeper into the truth journey between healthy eating and nutrition. Teaching methods today in most schools aren't doing an adequate job in preparing today's youth for this kind of process. Students today are digital natives, as most knowledge they can acquire comes from the internet, unlike most adults who used libraries with card catalogs and microfiche. The truth is out there somewhere on the internet, and it's probably being liked and shared many times by their friends. Knowledge has become populist. Social media sites are designed to give you more and more content regardless of the truth or the validity, in an attempt to get the user to like and share. Without the ability to critically wade through the vast ocean of content, students tend to drift from one point of view to another, sometimes unaware if those clashing viewpoints contradict one another. Acquiring knowledge has become passive, click and download, requiring very little effort and less time to find what is needed. Students are learning how to know things in a world with easy explanations, simple solution, and where the superficial is praised. Have a question? Ask Google, and in less than 2 seconds, 8 million sources pop up to give you an answer. So I suffer through the struggle of getting the facts right. Just give me the answer so I can be done, right? There's a downside to this way of knowing. There's no payoff. There's little to no sense of accomplishment. It's the difference between working all year to earn enough money to buy a car and it being given to you as a gift. It might be cool to have, but where's the pride in it? You might even come to believe that you earned it. In my organic chemistry class when I was in college, I was given this structure. Hold on. This structure here that you see on the screen. My professor told me that I had the whole quarter to tell him what it was and where it could be found in nature. This was before computers and the internet, so he told the class we should visit other college campuses and their libraries to look through the vast amounts of scientific journals. I originally thought this would take me a week or so of investigating. I mean, how hard could it be? Well, it took months of searching, digging, to uncover the mysteries of this organic compound. At times, I didn't think I was going to figure it out. What seemed to be simple was quite hard and complex. I finally found out what it was after months of searching. I nearly screamed out loud in the library of the UCLA campus. This was over 25 years ago. That's a long time ago, before you guys were born. This was over 25 years ago, and I still remember how I felt when I discovered what this was, and the look on my professor's face when I turned my paper in and he told me I got it right. My professor taught me a lot more about this, what the structure was. It's a pheromone that ants use to forage. And I remember thinking, what good is it to know about this? When am I ever going to use this in my life? This was a complete waste of time. Well, and to be honest, I never really ever needed to know about the pheromone of an ant. But what did benefit me was the process of discovery, the acquisition of knowledge, and learning how to figure out how to know. Research papers and projects like this can unlock a hunger to learn, to discover what is unknown, and to appreciate the complexity of gaining knowledge. These are the skills students need in dealing with complex problems. As CNN Brian Steller put it, we need citizens who will refuse to be confused to keep society advancing. And we need to view education as developing the tools students need to unconfuse themselves. Young people, here are some ways to step into leading the world. Here we go. Vet the articles you post or like on social media. Get a buddy and begin challenging each other on truth-seeking. Instead of weaponizing truth to win an argument, apply truth as a means to help others. Appreciate the complexity of our society and question your own assumptions. In fact, question everything, ask a lot of it, and be curious. And remember, the truth is out there. Teachers, parents, and leaders, allow questions and encourage curiosity. Incorporate more open-minded projects and see yourself as a facilitator in how to know and not always what to know. Give students agency in their own learning and the space for them to discover what it means to seek truth. And let them fail and keep trying without punishment. I'll leave you with this. We all need to take responsibility for how we learn and apply truth. As we look forward with tomorrow's leaders, we need to take the reins and not be docile consumers of knowledge. We need to write the narrative and not just simply respond to it. Thank you.